Hi. So I wanted to take a few minutes just to talk about the LuLaRoe Opportunity and my why I'm doing this. My name is Casey West, and I have been, excuse me, a LuLaRoe consultant for just about a year. Coming up on my 1 year anniversary in a little less than a month. So I have been a consultant for a year, and I became a trainer in July this past summer, which has been awesome. Um, so I'm starting my story. I'm going to take you back. As a child, I was always the kid. I wanted to be a mom. I've always wanted to be a mom for as long as I have lived. That I think that's been my calling. My sister always says that, it's no surprise that I was the first. I'm the youngest of three, and it's no surprise that I was the first one to have kids. I have three children now, and I'm just like a little mama. I always have been. So I was like the mother hen growing up. I always wanted to be the mom playing house. I was the kid at preschool who would comfort the other children, rub their backs, and tell them it's okay. Don't cry. Your mommy and daddy will be back soon. It'll be okay. So I was always trying to take care of other people. So when I got pregnant with my daughter, I was pretty young. I was 25, and I was almost 26, I think. And I was ecstatic. I'd always wanted to have my kids before I was 30, and my youngest was born 2 days before my 31st birthday, so he helped me out with that one. So anyway, I was really excited when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, and the plan was that I would have her. I would stay home for 12 weeks, and then I would go back to work, like most women, a lot of women have to do, because it's hard to live on a one income these days. So that was our plan, was that I would go back to work. So our daughter had other plans in mind. She was born 2.5 months early. And from the moment that I saw that little thing, that little 3.5 pound baby, I knew that I could never, ever leave her. I knew that I would never be able to let anybody else take care of her. I couldn't. So I stayed home with her, and I was really lucky to be able to stay home with her, to have a husband that was supportive and who, wanted me to do what I wanted to do. So we worked it out so that I could stay home with her. And it was great. I was very happy to be home with her. But I really didn't know many people in the area. My sister worked close, so she would come over every day and we would have lunch together, which was awesome. And other than that, I really didn't have much adult interaction. And then shortly after, we lived there only for not long, and then we moved to another area where I really didn't know anybody at all. And Ava was just over 1 when we moved, so she wasn't in school, so I didn't have an opportunity to meet people that way. I wasn't working, so I didn't have any work friends. And it was really isolating. It was really hard to be home with her all the time and not really have anybody to hang out with or talk to, other than my family on the phone, or my husband, who poor guy would be trying to go to sleep, and I would be sitting there yapping his ear off because I just wanted somebody to talk to. So it was really hard staying home with her, even though that's what I wanted to do. And then you start to feel guilty because you shouldn't feel like that. It's just mom guilt. It never ends. So when she was about 1.5, I did go back to work. I have a degree in education, so I went back as a preschool teacher, and my daughter went to that daycare as well, and it was fine. I didn't love that I didn't get to spend a lot of time with my daughter by the time we got home from school, from work. I'd have to make dinner and then put her to bed pretty much. So I would be, have no patience after spending all day with 3-year-olds. I wouldn't really have patience for my daughter, and that wasn't fair, and I just hated the way it was making me feel. So at that point I was pregnant again, and I, of course, started having contractions early, just like I did with my daughter. So I stopped working around 28 weeks. And that was just over 5 years ago. My son will actually be 5 tomorrow. And I've been home with my kids since then. And I'm, like I said, very lucky to have a supportive husband who has enabled me to do that. But it hasn't been easy living on one income as a family of five. We have a 2.5-year-old too. So, it hasn't been easy. And, I often felt guilty because I wasn't contributing financially, to which my husband would reply, but you are, because we were saving money on daycare and all of that. But still, I didn't like, that he was working overtime and he was stressed. He would never tell me he was stressed, but, if he was stressed about things, I don't know, I didn't like that. I didn't like not being able to help. So, and we talked about maybe buying a house someday, because we were renting a house, and, maybe buying a house, and, you can't do that on one income unless you're making a lot of money. And, we were fine, we could live, but we couldn't really save much. So, we thought maybe we could buy a house in a few years once all the kids were in school and I could go back to work. And then it was like, well, what am I going to do for work? Because, I know that I didn't want to go back to teaching. Even just working at the preschool for a little while, 2 years, I knew that I just didn't have the patience for it anymore now that I had my own kids. And that wouldn't be fair to my children. It wouldn't be fair to me. It wouldn't be fair to the kids I would be teaching, my students. So, I decided, I kind of did some soul searching, tried to figure out like what I really wanted to do with my life when I grew up, when I went back to work. And I really got interested in ultrasound when I was pregnant with Ava. And then after she was born, because I was high risk, I got a lot of ultrasounds, and I just became like really interested in it. So I actually started going back to school for that, complete change in my career path. So I started going back to school for that last year. And then in the winter last year, a friend of mine from college, she started posting about LuLaRoe. So I had heard of LuLaRoe. Actually, I had like 2 pairs of leggings. I had a couple Irmas. Actually, this Irma I've had for like 2 years. I got from another friend who used to sell LuLaRoe. So I'd heard of it, but I really didn't know much about it, and I was very intrigued. I had done direct sales company before, and it was fine, and I made some money with it, but I just didn't have that drive or that passion for it. So, I was really intrigued with LuLaRoe, and I wanted to learn more. So I started texting or emailing Erica and asking her about it, and she'd send me info, and then I would ask her more questions, and then I'd ask her more questions, and then I'd ask her even more questions. And, finally I talked to her, and then I talked to Matt, and, it was a big investment going in. And like I said, we really didn't have extra money at that point for me to put into a business. But I had faith in myself. I was really excited about it. He knew that I would be able to at least make the money back. He had concerns, he had doubts, but beyond that, he knew I could do it. So we decided to go for it. And like I said, that was just under a year ago. And so, the dreams of buying a house, things like that, started to become a little bit more of a reality. So that was like maybe next year we can really start looking for a house. I'll save up some money, and now I'm actually making money, and I have my own money. My bank account isn't just a couple dollars. So like that was like a goal that I could actually see now. It was a dream that like that could come true. So, that was like a 2-year goal maybe, and we actually were just able to close on our first home just before Thanksgiving, and we moved in about a month ago. And actually, my room that I'm sitting in is my new LuLaRoe room that my husband built for me in our new house. It's not quite finished yet. That's why there's no molding and stuff up, but we're getting there. So that 2-year goal turned into about a 6-month goal. That never would have happened if it wasn't for LuLaRoe. Sorry, I didn't really think that. We never would have been able to do this. Not this soon, at least. And to now be able to help, put that down payment down on our house and to be able to buy materials to redo our basement, which we did. To be able to put money aside for redoing the kitchen, which I want to do within the next year, hopefully. Maybe that'll be within another six month goal coming true. These were all things that I didn't think could happen for a long time. And they're happening. It's happening. And because of this passion that I've had for LuLaRoe and determination and drive and just, I love doing this. I love helping make women feel beautiful. I love like owning my own business, being a businesswoman. It's really incredible. And so other people have seen, this passion and this drive that I have for LuLaRoe. And, so I've grown a team since I've started and it's just kind of happened. And it's really just because I'm excited about it and I love what I do and I love sharing it with people and I want other people to be able to see their dreams and see that, you can make this happen. I'm just a regular person. So if I can do these things, you absolutely can do these things too. All you need is just a little drive and you just have to want something that bad. And I did, and I do. And, so now I have this team and I get to do trainings with them. I get to go out to California. I've been out there a couple times. I just, the past year has been a whirlwind and I never in my life could have foreseen that these types of things would have happened from this clothing business. And it's really, really amazing to be part of this. I can't say enough good things about LuLaRoe. And I would love to talk to you about my story a little bit more if you'd want to, or answer any questions at all that you might have about the opportunity, about different aspects of the business. It's my wish that every woman can understand the potential that she has within her and just to dream big and realize that those dreams can come true. So if you would like to talk about anything at all, please email me. My email is Cassandra West, Cassandra West, WEST, at me.com. I would love to hear from you, and I'm an open book. I might cry to you because I'm emotional, but please let me know if you have any questions at all. I love LuLaRoe, and I love that I took a leap of faith and all of the things that this opportunity has given to me, and I would love to share that with you. So, thank you.